Okay, so we screwed up, and our opponent has managed to start the motion of either throwing their leg over, bringing their shin across, or starting the back step. And our initial frames and range management and knee elbow connection was vulnerable for a moment, and now we're starting to get into some shit that we need to correct. My goal, as he starts to turn over to attack this knee bar on the strong side, is to accelerate my movement and get my knee to the ground before him. Typically when they're first setting the move up, they don't have very good control of my leg. Their arm is having to control the position somewhat before their legs are able to come around and start forming wedges around my knee. What I'm going to look to do is bring my knee to the ground by turning my hip, but also sometimes curling and extending my leg, because it's going to be his arm versus my leg at the beginning. Now if I can get my leg to the mat while I'm also using my other limbs to frame at his hips, it's going to be much more easy for me to extract my knee line here. So what I don't want is to be here in this position and then Kevin throws his leg across and I'm still doing this. And now, see how his leg is underneath mine? It is now wedged up, lifted off the mat, and now I'm going to have to be moving into a later stage defense. There's a lot of distance for our opponent to travel here to attack our leg. It should be relatively simple to pick up that it's happening. It's going to be telegraphed. So as he starts to throw this leg over, I'm turning with him, and I'm starting to curl my leg away from him. So here, his knee is actually a little bit underneath my leg, but we can see that there's actually a bit of separation here where his arm is not deep around my leg here. I'm going to be able to take this arm in this situation. I can frame it at his hips or his armpit. I can build up onto my elbow if I want for base. And now as Kevin tries to finish this knee bar, I'm just extracting it. As soon as I get my knee behind, out through his legs and behind his hips here, framing around his tailbone, it becomes a frame, and I'm able to keep the distance and push him away. So if I keep facing this direction, it becomes very difficult for me to move. So if Kevin starts to throw this leg over, and I stay here, he'll eventually pull me this direction anyway. So let's just move with it, or even accelerate that movement before he does it for us. So here, as he brings that leg over, there. Notice how my knee was out before he had even touched the ground. As soon as he's starting to attack, I'm changing my angle, I'm framing him so he can't follow me, and I'm bringing my knee up to my chest to extract the knee line. Here, the shin is going to be, the shin across the belly is going to be a bigger threat because they can grind into it a little more slowly while they're also threatening the guard pass. He can be here, and by high stepping his leg by bringing his knee up, he's able to step out and pass my guard. So that's a threat as well. As I'm dealing with this, I need to turn onto my side. I need to be framing him. Here, if I really feel like I need to, triangle your legs just so there's that extra layer of protection. I'm going to extend my hips away, or my upper body away from his hips, sorry. Framing here at that armpit. And so as he works to adjust this angle, I extract here. Right now, I'm at the threat of this knee bar. Let's turn. I'm not super deep like this where he started to immobilize my hips and control the knee effectively. There's still this motion here. This is a much different position than him fully securing everything. As I'm here, I'm working to put myself in base and extract my knee here. If you feel like you don't have the ability to just pull your leg out, then we bring our foot into the crook of their knee and we help that with us. So I can only move so much. I need to move his leg as well, kind of a 50-50 here, so that I'm able to extract the knee. Now there's no leg lock threat. He's going to try and pull me back in, but as long as I'm maintaining this and getting back to base, I'm going to be able to extract, possibly look to come up and reverse the position entirely. Same with the back step. As he works to go here, see how my knee needs to be up somewhat so he's able to bring his legs underneath. So if I fail to create a wall here to stop him, and he starts to set up his back step, I'm just going to turn with him. And this is this one really shuts down that 411 back step entry. Notice how now his hips land on the ground and my knee is here. The only thing he has, because his other leg is in between my legs on top, is he's got to try and bring this leg underneath my knee by backing it up, lifting his leg, lifting my leg with his arm, and then bringing it underneath. So as soon as we're here, there's no chance of him being able to do anything. I just want to make sure I'm framing his upper body, because if he's able to cross face me here, Then I'm looking at possibly getting passed from this reverse half guard situation. So here, as he goes for this, I accelerate my knee to make sure he doesn't get behind it and set it down on the ground. One more time. So I have really poor structure. I do like this kind of crap where my knee is way far down. Here, get that knee now going. I push myself away. Always frame your opponent out, the upper body if it's a major concern of them being able to reach and control you, or framing that hip so that they can't follow you. Hold them in place so that then we can extract that knee line. That can be from either us generating base off of our opponent by stepping on their hip or preferably into the crook of their knee, or traditionally just frame it basing off the ground and mobilizing your hips. So try and accelerate that movement, turning that leg that's threatened down to the ground ASAP so that then we can look to withdraw it by either performing a shrimping motion or basically like a technical stand-up where we can withdraw that leg to protect the knee.